there are some brands that really forgot at the end what they want to do is to make a bond with them and with the consumer, and they forgot that the best way to make that bond is through an emotion, and they just try to rationalize, you should buy me because I'm good at this, this, and this, and this, like you and like everybody else. So you need to go a step forward, right?
I think that many brands become very egocentric. No, they're all the time thinking about themselves because from 9 to 6 they're working, on their projects and their products and everything, and they do think that people really care about them that much, and people don't really care about them or their products. So their problem is pretty much the egocentrism, that they think that the products are as important to the people as they are to them, and they've missed that link. No. I think that they always have to start from the truth of the brand or a truth of the product. It's not that you have to forget your offer, right? It has to start from there, but then from there you have to build a message that's relevant to the people out there, that's relevant to their lives, that can become useful for them, that's going to do something for them.
I think it's the key is to try to find what is your role, no, in the life of the people. Where are you gonna fit?
What's
because
your
like
purpose,
she was saying,
no?
they don't care about the brands. Brands don't take a higher rank in the everyday life of real people.
Any brand actually that has a purpose somehow, some like iconic brands such as Nike, that they have very clear, they've had the same purpose for years and years, they're very coherent with that, and they're doing something for people, and people appreciate that. But then you have much smaller brands like, I don't know, Chipotle, for example, the Mexican food chain. They do have a purpose, and they reach people through that purpose. So there are examples of brands that are doing it very well.
I think that big data what basically is doing is giving you a behavior, no, of the people, but not necessarily is giving you an emotion. No, you can behave in one way, but at the other way, at the end is an emotion where will trigger the different responses. No, I think so.
Yeah. I think big data is a great complement to understand people. And understanding people is one of the things that you have to do if you want to engage with them. So I think it's really relevant, but it shouldn't be an end in itself. It's same as technology, we get blind with technology, and technology has to serve a purpose and has to be at the service of the people. That's why we said people have to be at the center of everything, and technology can be very useful, and the big data is absolutely is critical to understand people and to help us engage. One of the things that we've seen is that in Europe, some years ago, the marketing directors wanted to be rock stars, and now they just want to save their job, really, pretty much. And that makes them really risk averse, and they need to measure everything to make sure that everything has been validated outside, so that their position is not at risk. And it's something that us as agencies have really must fight against, because as we saw, there's if you don't risk, you don't gain, and we're much more in a culture, as the beta said, as we as Latins, that we're beta. We have to try things. With some things you will fail, but you will learn. And trying to always go for the safe trip is making things very, very uniform, very
flat.
not very flat. No, things don't. Brands, it makes it difficult to actually destacar. No.
Yeah.
To stand out.
Yeah, I think that the right now the bigger issue with the risk is you are taking a risk but being normal, no, because you will disappear. Right now the risk is exactly to stay don't doing nothing. I mean, if you're not afraid to change is what you need to do all the time right now. I mean, you need to connect that, but you have to ground that risk, or let's say, or that risky communication, rather on what the brand is about, and understand the brand, understand the problems that the brand has. It's just that sometimes I think that the main issue is that agencies are not involved that much in the business of the client, and they want to just jump for the sake of jumping, and that is also not going nowhere. I mean, you have to jump, but you have to be related with what the brand is about and what are the problems, the issues that the brand has. But that is it's the first step, to understand the brand. And I think that, because Amaya was saying, the turnover of the marketing directors, that they just take 1 year or 2 years in the positions, the new guys that come, he wants to change everything again, or he wants to rediscover things. They don't have it's very difficult to get a consistency of the work of the brand. Lately, it's just a few brands that have some consistency. The other brands are just jumping around, and they are not being truthful with what the brand is about. And I think that is, if you get that right, you can do the jump that you want, or you can move around as you want, as long as you are being what you are. The Magnum change also was a big risk, because it was opening the pleasure for a safety position. I mean, it was safe. The sales wasn't going down. The sales was okay. It just was flat. And they wanted to change. We wanted to make an evolution. No, it was risky about that time. I mean, it was a risk that went well, because now they are selling $1 billion, right?